Okay, I can get back inside the house here. Let's put our head inside. I'm not leaving until I figure out what's going on. I'm not sure being in this house is a great idea, to be honest with you, but let's see what happens. Dr. Bullard, I followed your instructions to collaborate the Tempest Prognosticator. Your concern was correct. The bottles must be placed from heaviest to lightest to protect accurate results. The actual weight depends on the leech used, so I have to recalibrate every time we want to take a reading. Also notice that a recalibration is required if the battery in the base dies. However, the device works as intended. Once the model is aligned precisely with the moon, it may be then used to start the lunar dream apparatus safely. Josie. Bullard's research is crucial to this story. I wonder if I can get this thing working. Calibrate the device. It's a scale. This is going to be challenging, isn't it? Another memory? Let's check it out.
Bill told me to cover Bullard's death, but he's just looking for gossip about the young assistant. But I took it seriously, did the research, followed every lead, like a real journalist would. It paid off. I found something everybody else missed. A note, a half-thought, scribbled in the margins of the coroner's draft report. It read, "Hypothermia in summer?"
That is pretty weird. And I guess that explains further why we're actually here, which makes a lot more sense than initially thought. There's a strange device with bells at the top. There are slots for small bottles. Yeah, there's a note here. That's what I'm more interested in. Oh, shit. I really don't like being here at all. That's the battery. The door is stuck. There are electronics inside. It looks like a battery. Using the moon as a trigger for the lunar dream apparatus has its problems. The moon must be full, or nearly so. The night must be clear, and the process must be started at a very specific time to ensure the moon is visible from inside the chamber. Josie's been following weather reports and using lunar charts to try and predict days for ideal test conditions, but it's an error-prone process. The data we get back from the weather service just isn't precise enough. Today I hit upon the solution. We'll build our own weather device. In fact, we can base it upon an exceedingly accurate design from a century ago, the Tempest Prognosticator. I have to make some modifications for our purposes, of course, but I'm sure that with some tuning, we can build a device that responds exactly to our weather needs. Then we'll need to get some leeches. So he built a strange device. Someone's playing the piano, and I'm right in front of the piano. Okay, that's pretty freaky. The Crystal Cave by Bobby Sawyer, Chapter 8. The passage continued downward, a steep slope like we're going down a hill. The smooth crystal didn't give our feet purchase, and we were trying our best not to slip. It was dark as night, but the light from our helmets reflected strangely from the walls, making them dance blue. Once or twice I thought I saw a flicker in the glass, but it was just a trick of the light. It was cold down there. None of us were wearing a jacket. It dawned on us that we had it totally unprepared. A few hours before, we were whooping and shouting, excited by the crazy angles that cut the crystal entrance out the cave wall, sure that we found something that was going to make us rich. Now we walked in silence. Henderson's face wore a hard, determined look. Johnson's was all suspicious. Jimmy just looked scared, his skin pale and his eyes wide. I opened my mouth to say something to him, then shut it. Either we'd find a way out, or we'd die down here. All there was to it. It was then that Johnson screamed. That reminds me of the sort of stuff that I'd write when I was a kid. I used to love writing like stories with like little cliffhangers at the end of chapters and stuff. It was super exciting. I used to love writing in general, actually. The National Academy of Sciences announced its annual picks from leaders in science academia on Wednesday. Among the recipients of this prestigious award were our own Oakley College in Logan. The college won recognition for a controversial research paper published by the school's small neuroscience department last year. We are proud to have our work recognised in this way, said Dr. Graham Wellington, chair of Oakley's Brain Studies program. We are a very small program focused on areas of research that the big schools ignore. We applaud the Academy of Sciences for giving us the chance to prove ourselves. The award-winning paper, authored by Wellington and Dr. Harris Bullard, was written in 1962 but only published last year. Titled Accessing Subconscious Waves Through Twisted Pair Electrophonetic, whatever that word says, the highly technical paper caused some controversy in the neuroscience community and was ridiculed by many experts in the field. The paper was the source of some local tumult as well. This paper was written entirely by Dr. Bullard, said one Oakley student who did not wish to give his name. Wellington just put his name on it and took all the credit. Bullard, who retired from the school last year, could not be reached for comment. Claimed credit for a research paper that Bullard wrote. That is true, he did. Sheet music is scattered all over the floor. Was Bullard a musician? I didn't know that. Cynthia called me today. She sounded drunk. Sometimes I think she calls just to get a rise out of me. I maintained my calm this time, but declined her invitation to meet and told her in no uncertain terms that if she was looking for money, she had best look elsewhere, and I'm going to drink myself. Graham came by my office this morning. He had a strange-looking envelope. It was addressed to me, but had been pushed under his door. It bore no return address, just a single word, woodcutter. I had to run to class and haven't had a chance to open it yet, but something about it makes me uncomfortable. I hope it's not another love letter from a student. Graham is a weasel. He's never stepped foot in the lab or run an experiment, but it makes it sound like he's the brains behind the whole program. Without me, he's a washed-up theorist with nothing in his name. Wants nothing to do with Cynthia, thinks little of Wellington. Another memory here.
Marguerite Higgins is my hero. She won a
Margaret
Pulitzer
Higgins.
for her reporting in Korea.
Okay,
I
cool.
went to college because of her.
So she looks up to a journalist.
She goes to war zones, marches with the troops. Nothing scares her, and she gets the story. Marguerite Higgins doesn't run from a juicy story just because her life is in danger. Neither will I.
Okay, well, I think that might be a bad idea in the grand scheme of things, because I'm sure a person in the mask is going to kill us at some point, but still. Little mail fraud enterprise Bobby and I are operating has paid off. Since the beginning I had my suspicions about Woodcutter's true identity, but I cannot confront him without evidence. Several months ago I started paying Bobby extra to steal outgoing correspondence from a particular individual's mailbox. We steam open the letter, give it a read, and then send it on its way. It's not the most exciting trick in the book, and Bobby certainly doesn't like it, but I found it's an effective method of surveillance. Today we intercepted a very interesting letter. This one confirms most of my theories, and has been locked away for safekeeping. When I have one or two more pieces of the puzzle, I'll nail Woodcutter to the wall. I'll have to do it quickly though. The device, my ace in the hole, is almost finished. When it's complete there will be no reason for Woodcutter to let me live. I'll just have to get to him first. That's pretty fucked up. Jesus Christ! That scared the fucking shit out of me. Game makes a very effective use of sound. Very good. I don't like the fact that I can hear Woodcutter walking around upstairs. It's incredibly disorientating. Guess let's check out the kitchen. Somebody was in the rush to pack this stuff. Well, I mean, the guy had died. I mean, you don't want to spend time here. Pots and pans, they hadn't been packed very well. What the fuck is that sound? Anything in the fridge or freezer? A coffee can that's frozen shut. I can hear something rattling around inside. Frozen coffee can. United States Patent Office, patented January the 3rd, 1963. Eyewear with electromagnetic refracting lenses. Harris Bullard. So, basically he patented it. A pair of goggles is provided with includes a metal strip, a battery and lenses, an assembly which is then placed over the eye so that it rests upon the head, permits the metal strip to touch the skin just across the left ear and crossing the forehead to touch the skin above the right ear as well. The function of the metal strip is to detect, upon contact, electromagnetic impulses from the brain and to transmit them to the lenses. The lenses are created from glass material that is made to alter its refraction of light based on electromagnetic impulses received from the metal strip and amplified by the battery. The invention relates to the visualization of electromagnetic activity in the brain, and more particularly the creation of visual patterns based on the neural activity of the subconscious. I have no idea what that just said. That was like gobbledygook. Hello? Please don't kill me in here, woodcutter. Bobby, here's a list of supplies this week. I know you're angry, but I haven't paid in a month, but please wait a little longer. I have some money coming and I'll be able to pay you soon. Beans, cigarettes, tonic water, white bread, butter, eggs, copper wire, solder spool, vinyl tape, gasoline, butane, leeches, as many as you can get, alive. Bullard owed Bobby Sawyer money, which gives him a motive. Harris Bullard, I am woodcutter. You will complete your research, and then hand it to me. Or we can discuss the South Pacific in 1944. Okay, that's interesting. It's full of dishes. Jeez, looks like they just threw them in there. A bottle, the letter D is printed on the label. Apparently I need to find 4 empty bottles. Great. That lock looks really old. Something is blocking the door on the other side. Dear Harris, Happy New Year. I suppose I'm wasting my time by writing you again, but the new year always makes me think about the past. I was very upset when you did not respond to my last letter. I was told that you refused my calls at the college. I understand that you are angry, and for that I cannot fault you, but unlike you, I have gotten past the little meltdown. I've grown to see as the inevitable terminus of our relationship, something that had to happen sooner or later. Like spilt milk, as they say. It's not worth crying over. But I do have one request. I will make it plain, Harris. I need money. Some of my investments went bad last year, and with Kennedy in the White House soon, the others will certainly fail. You may hate me now, but I cannot believe you will consign me to life of poverty. Somewhere deep down inside you, underneath the mask you wear in your daily life, I know you must still feel something for me. Please say you'll help me. Just this once, put down the mask and trust your feelings. Humbly and sincerely, Cynthia. Over Bullard, but wants money for her gambling debts. Okay. Can I check these ones? I don't think there's anything down here, but considering how things have been hidden before. Harris Buller, I am woodcutter. You have 5 days. I am coming. Woodcutter certainly came. I'm assuming that's him in the house with us right now. Especially as the fact he wrote with an axe, which would indicate that, or she, it could be a she. It's a bit hard to tell with that really long raincoat. I'm guessing purposefully hard to tell, obviously. Okay, interesting. Okay. Try running cold water on it or hot water on it. Oh, water's too cold to melt the ice. So can I... Oh, there you go. I just had to turn on the hot tap. What's inside the coffee? Looks like a blank sheet of paper. Is there something special about it? It's obviously not blank. It's going to be one of those things where you have to, like, rub chalk on it or some shit. You know what I mean? And then underneath there'll be, like, a magic message or some shit. In fact, can I look at it with my glasses on? Can you combine stuff in the inventory? No. Okay, let's head back to the previous area then and have a look around there. I've no idea what that's for, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. Okay, so we know that that's important, what the masked figure is doing there. I did miss something. There's something in the fireplace here. Oh, you better like put ash on it. Like that's what I said. Like the picture will be ash. The hearth is covered in ash. Is something written here? Can I sweep it? Okay, so we've got the broom for the fireplace. Let's sweep the hearth with the broom. Yeah, I know. I want to sweep it. Sweep. There we go. It's a series of faint symbols. Can we trace them? It's hard to make the symbols out. I wonder if the mask would make it clearer. Okay, that's obviously a big hint to put the fucking mask on. Star, circle, square, right? Oh shit, I didn't realise. Does that painting look like that normally? Oh, there's loads of shit in this room that I missed. Fuck. Okay, so it's star, circle, square. Yeah, I know. There's some loose floorboards here. I could pry up these floorboards with the right tool. I have nothing I can use for that at the moment. Bollocks. There's a weird thing. He's standing in the corner of the room here, right? Yeah, look at him. What the fuck is he doing? There's nothing to click there, so that's unusual too. Okay, so we need to find a tool. I mean, one of these could use. This looks like a tool thing I could use. Yeah, a fireplace poker. Let's try that. Poke her in the eye with the fireplace poker. Yeah, I know. That's why I want to click on it. If I can get this poker wedged under a board, maybe I can pry it up. There's a hidden space under the floorboards. Ah, and it's star, circle, square, right? Ah, yes, it is. It's the thing from the... Okay, awesome. There you go, star, circle, square. And what's inside? A key, an old metal key, and the safe combination. Bill, I owe you many thanks for forwarding my request to the New York Times. I think we had the opportunity to tell one of the great science stories of the 20th century and make a considerable sum in the process. The Times is a great first step, but when we finished it, I want to have a headline written about me on the front page of every paper in the country. The key to our success is Harris Bullard's brain research. He's discovered something fundamental about the operation of subconscious brainwaves, and believe that he will soon harness the knowledge to build a device whose object is to make men superhuman. Our first task is to procure this device for Bullard and can publicize it, and my plans for accomplishing that are already in motion. Once the device is in my hands, I'm confident that I can reproduce and improve upon this work. That, Mr. Mitchell, is where you come in. An invention of this magnitude must not be consigned to the boneyard of the academic journal. It deserves praise and recognition from the common man. We will make it the story of the year, and then we will sell the technology to those rich enough to meet our price. For now, we wait for Bullard to finish the device. Then we will make our move. I look forward to your continued cooperation in this mutually beneficial partnership. Best regards, Graham Wellington. Oh, that's a big deal. Conspiring to steal Bullard's research with, what's his name? Left 20, right 50, left 10. Find the safe combination. I'm a little reluctant to go back upstairs, if I'm honest with you. And yeah, that thing does make that freak out. I've also got a key, right? Yeah, old key to one of the rooms. I am so prepared for woodcutter to come at me. I'm really fucking scared right now. That mask is terrifying that he's wearing. I am not a fan. Right, there's 2 doors in here I haven't opened. Oh, is it going to just go back to the main hall? We go back to there? It's fine if it does. It did. Oh, it's not the main hall. It's a fucking basement. It's black down there. Not worth risking the fall with a broken arm. I'll need to find a light. Oh, we didn't use the key. Hang on. Did I never use that door before? Interesting. We need a lighter to get down there, or a torch or flashlight or whatever you want to call it. A lot of people ask me, by the way, why I say torch instead of flashlight. It's because I'm British. And we don't say flashlight. I use the key to unlock the door. Right, that's where he keeps the leeches. Fucking hell. The tub is full of leeches. This is disgusting. The Crystal Cave by Bobby Sawyer, Chapter 14. We rounded the corner and Johnson stopped dead, like he'd been given an electric shock. I about ran into him, cursing before I heard it. From somewhere far ahead, deep in the darkness, somebody was singing. A woman's voice. It echoed off the crystal walls and then seemed everywhere at once. The song was so faint I listened hard but couldn't make out the words. The melody was odd, ghost-like, but it was definitely a person singing. Johnson turned and looked at me but didn't say anything. We both understood. Somebody was down there. Somebody who must know the way out. We were saved. We broke into a run. Then Johnson, cradling his arm as he tried to cross the forest of crystal, scrambled over translucent beams of amethyst, big as fallen redwoods. I slipped, hit the smooth surface hard, got up again. We followed the woman's voice deeper and deeper into the cave. Jimmy got to the plateau first. I could tell, before I made the rise, that something was wrong. In the middle of the mesa was a sort of hatch, like something off the deck of a submarine. It was round and made of steel, and sticking out of it was a metal locking wheel. The woman's song drifted up from it like smoke. I looked back at Johnson as I grasped the handle. He was out of breath, still clutching his wrist where his hand had been trying to keep the cloth tourniquet tight around his stump. He nodded, and I gave it a turn. Can I put the leeches in the jar? I need to find all 4 bottles and fill them with leeches. With temperatures below 20 for most of the state, experts warn that deaths from hypothermia are on the rise. Several deaths have already been attributed to the cold this year, including 2 hikers found south of Ottawa and a man in Wichita. December is one of the deadliest months, said Charles Manning, Chief Medical Examiner at Ottawa PD. Please don't realise how cold it's gotten and go out unprepared. Profound hypothermia occurs when a person's core body temperature drops below 90 Fahrenheit. However, scientists do not yet understand the deep cold kills some people and spares others. According to Manning, men are greater at risk than women, and the cold is particularly dangerous for thin people. Identifying death by hypothermia can be a challenge, said Manning. If the victim is found in the snow with his clothes half off, then we know, but sometimes bodies aren't recovered until much later, often with a mark on them. Scientists do not understand why the victims of hypothermia remove their clothing, a phenomenon called paradoxical undressing, while others do not. Last March, the body of a 30-year-old woman who'd been missing for several days was found near Topeka. After failing to identify the cause of death, the coroner chalked it up to exposure to the elements. The easiest way to stay safe is not to go out alone in the cold, especially at night, said Manning. If you must go out, make sure that other people know where you're headed and dress warmly. If you're in a car accident, stay in the car. Don't try to hoof it to your next town on your own. So, second bottle. The letter A is printed on it.
Dad took me to Wichita once before he died. We drove for 4 hours to get there, ate hamburgers, and watched a movie. Then we went home. He never explained, just told me to get in the car. I guess he knew he was going to die.
That's really depressing. Super depressing, in fact. Texas President Johnson boned up on reports and correspondence at the LBJ Ranch today, pending arrival of cabinet officials for a wide-ranging review of defense and foreign problems. Defense Secretary Robert S. McNamara and Deputy Defense Secretary Cyrus R. Vance were due to arrive by Jetstar at 3 p.m. CST and will remain overnight at the ranch. South Vietnam, the Viet Cong mounted an assault on Bien Ha Airport in Saigon on November the 1st. Washington has yet to comment on the impact of the attack on U.S. operations in Vietnam. 18 men arrested by the FBI in connection with the murder of 3 civil rights workers are still awaiting formal charges from the state. The men, alleged to be members of the Ku Klux Klan, are accused of murdering James Chaney, Andrew Goodman and Michael Schwerner with the tacit cooperation of local police. The 3 activists were visiting the area to investigate the burning of a church. The Supremes' Baby Love remains at the top of the charts this week, followed closely by Oh Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison. At the movies, The Outrage opened this week. Paul Newman, Lawrence Harvey and Claire Bloom star. I guess these are all just like done to reinforce the fact that like the time of, you know, it is, what sort of time it is, you know what I mean? Okay. I am really fucking scared of being back in this section of the house, because this is where the fucking woodcutter guy was. Ah! Oh god, that made me jump. Fuck me. Got one of the bottles. We've only got 1 bottle missing now. I'm going to open the safe. Oh my god, he was coming up the stairs just here when I fucking saw him. Oh, I'm so... that mask freaks me out so much, guys. Oh god, please don't. Please don't be up here. He's in the picture. He's in the fucking picture. That's bullshit. It seems darker and more oppressive up here than when I was like, I guess it's getting dark outside. Wonderful. Absolutely fucking wonderful. Let's get this safe open. Left 20, right 50, left 10. Okay guys, I just unlocked the safe, which took quite a lot of effort. I'm not gonna lie. Martin Bros Construction, receipt for services rendered. Date June 16, 1964. Total parts 1134.25. Total labour 2. Okay, paid in full. So why is he doing construction? Installed steel siding installation per specification. Ran electrical for fans and evaporator under roof to connect to main line in basement. Compressor, evaporator, Freon tank and ventilation installed and tested. Replace standard door handle with locking variety per customer request. Why lock a receipt away like this? Joe, this is the only remaining copy of our research materials. I destroyed the rest. Take this and get out of here. After I'm gone, they'll turn this house upside down looking for answers. Josie, I know about the secret room behind your wardrobe. If you've stashed anything there, you must get rid of it. I've already cleaned out the freezer. I'm counting on you. Take your files, destroy the machine, and get out of here. Harris. A secret room? And what did Bullard have hidden in the freezer? Search the basement freezer. Explore Josie's secret room. William Benjamin Carpenter's work describing the carpenter effect over a century ago continues to baffle psychologists today. We have struggled to understand the linkage between the conscious and subconscious, particularly the way in which the subconscious mind seems to wield special knowledge of which the conscious mind is unaware. Our research attempts to give the conscious mind unfiltered access to all the information stored in the subconscious by creating an official bridge between the two. We have done this in a rudimentary way with a set of lenses that refract light by tracking alterations in brain waves, but a more robust connection requires permanent alteration of the brain. The lunar dream apparatus combines engineering, psychology, neuroscience, and a bit of physics to create just such a connection. In order to give the subject some control over their own subconscious, we have chosen the moon as a mental mnemonic. After undergoing treatment in the lunar apparatus, the subject's consciousness and subconscious are merged whenever a full moon is visible. The paper describes the construction of the apparatus, its function, the details of our research, and the data recorded from our first test subject, co-author Josephine Herrera. So she was the first person to have this done to her? That must be what Woodcutter is after. The lunar dream apparatus. I keep thinking... The monkey got moved, right? Pretty sure the monkey got moved. That's fucking creepy. So anyway, there's some really weird shit going on here. I guess on the next installment of Dead Secret we'll explore a bit further and see what else we can find in this house of mystery and house of fucking... horribleness. Actually, I'm really scared that a creepy person in a Mac and a mask is going to show up any second, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, guys, remember to leave a like. Not many of you will watch these videos, I know, it's the solo stuff, but if you did enjoy my content and you want to show some support, hit that like button, I really do appreciate it. And if you do enjoy this content, you want to keep the channel alive, you can hit the support me link in the description right now and support me on GameWisp. It's like Patreon, and exchange for different monthly amounts, you can get various cool rewards from myself. So go and check that out if you have the time or money to do so. Otherwise, I'll see you guys really soon. Have a great day. More Dead Secret to come really soon. Bye.